You are live.
Oh, you want to say good morning to everybody?
Good morning, everybody.
So Travis woke up today, 40 years old.
And I feel it today.
So we had some fun with Travis yesterday. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram and you saw the stories,
Yeah,
I had a little fun.
you did have fun. I'm out picking up metal for the 57 and start getting notifications popping up on my phone as to people saying happy birthday. And I did not know why people knew it was my birthday, because he had hacked my Instagram account and put up a whole bunch of fabricated
Gibberish.
jibber jabber.
We actually had Donald Trump make
Yeah.
an appearance to talk about your birthday.
Yeah.
So it's probably still up over there. If you guys are watching this live, go over to Instagram. I think you can probably catch that in the sylvesters.com stories. Pretty fun. So happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes on there, if I didn't get back to you.
Yeah, I don't know if you call it south or north.
We're going north.
You north?
Yeah, we don't have a rearview mirror.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
We ripped that off.
When you turn 40, is that north or is that south? They say it's over the hill, but
We're going north.
okay.
We're not going south.
We'll go north. So a little housekeeping. So last week we were talking about how this work can impact guys on an individual level, and then how that kind of carries into shops and other relationships you have with other people. And while doing that, we brought up a shop name, which we need to get better at. We're new at this, so
I'm a squirrel.
yeah, Travis is a squirrel.
I had too many thoughts in my head going too many different directions. I brought it up and then we switched gears and I didn't continue that particular thought. So I do want to say a huge apology, huge sorry to Harold and all the guys at Harold's Hot Rod Shop, because that was the way that was portrayed was not what we intended to do. If you guys don't know, we went to Harold's Hot Rod Shop to go out there and hang with those guys for a week and see what their process was like and try to improve on every single person as to where they were currently and make each part of their process better. And that is what we want to be doing moving forward, and we had a great time doing it. I think it was portrayed in a poor manner on our end, and I cannot sincerely apologize more for that. And again, I'm a squirrel with a nut. I had a different idea and I totally turned left. But if you guys are watching this and you're in the Oklahoma area and you're looking for high-end work, I could not recommend Harold's Hot Rod Shop enough. They do a super really good caliber body and paint, and they did a lot of really good metalwork on, ironically, the same car that we have in the paint booth, which is a 67 Nova. So I do still got to make that post on Instagram. I've been lacking with everything else that I have going on, but yeah, it was cool. We got to spend time with those guys for 3 days in their shop, in their environment, and get that car pretty far along for 3 days worth of body work. It was cool to just get to mingle with everybody and see everybody's different roadmap as to how they've been doing it for many years, and just small tweaks. That's all we're really doing, is making small tricks,
Yeah.
or as you like to call it, cheat codes.
cheat codes.
But yeah. Anyways,
So we had a really it was a really fun time.
mm-hmm.
So let's see if we can remember everybody's names. Should we say everybody's names?
Everybody's name?
Do you remember everybody's name?
Probably.
Okay.
Let's see. We got Harold. We got Jeff, Josh, Little Harold. We got
Aaron.
Yep.
Tim didn't show up.
Tim didn't show up. No love.
Debbie,
Debbie. Can't forget
Harold's
Debbie.
wife, cooked for us every night. And Sandra.
Yep. Sandra's a hell of a cook, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. We ate more than we probably normally eat in like a month.
Especially now.
Yeah. I don't think I ate for like 3 days after we got back.
And I do, you know, if there's gonna be some credit due.
Who's the metal guy?
Huh?
The metal guy. Brandon.
Brandon.
Elliot?
No, you're thinking of Redbeard, so you got Elliot.
Not Elliot. Ezekiel?
No.
What was that guy's name?
No. Fuck, I am brain farting right now.
Oh no. I'll put you on the spot.
I know it too.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Well, you're the one that put us in the spotlight.
Uh-oh. We might have to send a shirt.
Yeah. But nonetheless, seriously, we had a blast with all you guys. Can't speak highly enough of everybody. We have a great time with everybody that we encounter, even including the class that was just here a couple weeks ago. I think the problem is I had so many things going through my head. It looked like a serious moment, and it wasn't meant to be a serious moment. I think we were trying to dogleg around some of the ideas for this new business venture that we're doing, and we didn't want to speak too much on that until we have some things rolling farther along. But yeah.
All right. So, we want to kind of go over some stuff we have possibly in the works. We got an interesting email. Was that yesterday?
That was last night.
So, if you guys didn't see the first video we put out in the series, we got a Yes welder for less than 200 bucks. And we still have 3 more videos we're going to be putting out with that. But we just wanted to show that you could possibly do TIG welding in your garage with a cheaper welder, and I think we were pretty surprised by it. Mm-hmm. But by putting out that first video, we got contacted by Yes Welder. And do you want to like briefly kind of describe what they approached us with?
Yeah, I mean, they have, don't quote me on the specific model, but basically they appreciated the fact that we represented a true video and that we had bought it. So they reached out and want to offer up a plasma cutter, MIG machine, stick, and TIG machine that they have that's an all-in-one. I haven't got a chance to look at how much that particular machine is for the average consumer, but anyways, let us know if you guys have any interest in seeing a review on that particular welder. I'm almost thinking we do like a series of tiers, right? Because we chose the very lowest end welder that we could find for TIG, and then show maybe a little bit better model. What?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think our goal with this stuff is to show you guys some tools that you can utilize in your garage, and this one will be interesting because it does a lot of things in one machine. And like he said, I don't know what the price point is on it, but it's just more information for you guys, and I think it's going to be some cool content. So
I've never been one advocate for a multi-functioning machine. Like we bought the laser stripper, I specifically didn't buy a laser welder and a laser stripping machine. But I'm very interested to see what a multi-purpose machine, how it performs.
So Grid Lock said it's around 450 to 500.
Oh.
So it sounds like some people already know kind of what the machine is. If you want, you could look at the email and kind of tell them. So we'll circle back to that when you already got it. He's ready.
Ready to go, man.
He must have had 64 ounces of coffee.
It's the MCT 520 multi-process welding and cutting combo machine.
Okay. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that thing through its paces. From what we saw with the other welder, after we finished all the videos, it's going to be something that's decent for somebody in their garage.
For sure.
It's not going to be something you're going to want to buy and use in a shop where you're having to use it like every day. But it is a capable tool. Like, I think you were surprised.
I was surprised, and there was definitely some things that could use improvement, but nonetheless, I think for the price point, you're already going to need to get a bottle, you're already going to need to get a regulator. So now you have those things. At that point, once you get some time under your belt and you practice those fundamentals, which are going to be rolling out when's the next one?
Sunday. So Sunday we're putting out another TIG video with that welder where we're going to show you guys how to control a puddle, And then once you get that down, we're going to show you how to start adding rod to that. And the goal of that is to get you proficient in moving to the next video, which is just going to be a basic butt weld. So that video will come out Sunday morning at probably 6 o'clock a.m. our time, Pacific Standard Time, and we hope you guys watch it. So we wanted to get into last week. We were talking to you guys about sending in some emails and talking about maybe some struggles and things you've had. I thought it might be cool to kind of share some stories that we've come across, and one for me that has always stood out since we started the YouTube channel was a gentleman that approached us at SEMA a few years back. And why don't you talk a little bit about the conversation you had with him? Because I walked away and started talking to his wife, and that was a different conversation. So do you recall kind of how that went?
Yeah, I mean, he was excited to, number one, just run into us at SEMA, which we don't get very many people approaching us out at these shows. It's starting to pick up a little bit more traction, so it's super cool, and we appreciate it. But it was just a general conversation as to where he was working in his shop, being alone, and just having these points where you get to the end of the road of whatever, maybe it's metalwork, maybe it's bodywork, and it's that whole, what do I do next? And you're just stuck. You can't get past it. And meanwhile, you were talking with the wife.
Well, he was working a full-time job that he was really struggling with. So he was struggling with
balance, right?
Balance, and figuring out if he could even quit this job that he hated and start doing something that he loved to do. So I walked over and started talking to his wife. She was kind of standing farther back, and I think it was his brother-in-law. So somebody else was with her that was family, and she was saying that they were kind of on the outs as well, just because of how miserable he had become. And as soon as he quit the job and started working in his garage, building his business, things really even turned around for them.
As a whole, right?
As a whole.
Not just hot rods, not just building the car, but actually bridging out and finding that self-worth and doing what you actually love to do every day instead of that mundane grind where it's just clock in, clock out. You're trying to juggle two different jobs. You're trying to bridge the gap versus take. I mean, that is our background, really. It's quitting your 9-to-5 job and taking the leap of faith. But more importantly, the way that it reflected on him personally and his relationship with his wife on being happy and being present was a big factor in that.
It's always really cool to, and I said this last week as well, it's always really cool to hear from you guys and hear where you were and hear where you're at now, because we're not getting rich off of this YouTube stuff. It's a passion, and it's, for me, and I know it is for you too, but for me, it's about helping people kind of push through those times where it's just, life is hard. And it kind of all culminates around these cars and what we're doing. And when I started here with Travis doing this work, I knew nothing about this stuff, and I really didn't want to even get into it. I watched him kind of work his butt off all the time and grind, and I was like, I don't see the point in that. But I was at a bad spot, and when I started here, it kind of gave me purpose again. And I tell him all the time that this place and what he built saves my life every day. And I'm not saying that it's not miserable work sometimes, but there's a purpose there. And I think we get to the point in life, and I don't mean to be preaching, but we get to the point in life where we kind of forget that we need a purpose, and we start just going through motions, and we start battling things, and it just becomes that struggle and you just you kind of crawl into your little your shell, and everybody around you that needs you suffers from that as well. It's not just you. So I just want to say, like, if you guys are in that place, or you're pushing every day and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, we really want to be a place that we can share our relationship and what's been built here. We really want you guys to feel part of this. We really want you guys to feel like you have a place to go and get rejuvenated, right? Maybe it's just a little spark that gets you out to your garage and gets your hands back on that car, or maybe it's that spark that gets you to call your buddy up and say, hey man, I've been in a bad spot. I haven't meant to ignore you. I just haven't been wanting to deal with people. So as men in this society these days, we tend to not have those places. So we're working to build something, and we hope you guys come along for the journey. And I don't know, it's
a heavy thing on our heart personally, right? And I think that's where this whole conversation in the beginning with Harold's, because I was excited to talk about what we did in Harold's shop, but on the same hand, I'm sitting here thinking about 10 other things that I want to talk about. That's a heavy subject, because it's not an easy thing to deal with day to day, let alone trying to have time for your kids, your wife, your business, keep everybody employed. By all means, not easy. So I think it was a combination of all those different thoughts going through my head when here I am, squirrel with a nut, changing gears. And we're building something that's going to be more of a community-based thing for not just teaching. Like, sure, you guys know us on here for teaching the why. Well, we want to be even more transparent. How did we bridge quitting a 9-to-5 job? How did we get better clients? How did we, you name it, how did we start the business? Because like I remember looking up how to start an automotive body shop, and there was nothing at that time, because I think even before I worked for the railroads, and there just wasn't information on that. Now we have AI that we can use to ask questions and all these different things. So now, what better time than to talk about how we bridge those different gaps and utilize the tools that are at our disposal, the internet, the AI, and make your life easier. Sure, this stuff's still a grind, but what are those cheat codes in everyday life to keep you pushing, to keep you improving, instead of, I think some guys think that because maybe their shop is in the sticks and there's nothing out there, that there's no opportunity. And I think with today's social media, we're proof. I mean, we're in a backyard shop. This is nothing here. And like I always use the reference of, like, if you guys have driven from Southern California to Vegas, there's Alien Beef Jerky that was just this little tiny podunk hut selling beef jerky. And now you drive by there and it's like, they're just expanding and expanding. And I'm like, if you can sell beef jerky in the middle of the freaking dry desert where there is nothing for hours, and expand it, you guys have the same exact ability as we have. And it does not matter who shares what information. And so that's where, like, my whole thought on the environment in a shop, we like to bring the fun back into a shop instead of, well, I wonder what this guy's gonna think. Like where we were headed with that conversation was that camaraderie, right? We're comparing a shop that we went to in Oklahoma, we're comparing the classes that we have here, and when you get two guys thrown into the mix of new group, and to see how over the course of a day or two, how we can make that fun and make that a group effort. It's a team building effort is what it is. And whether that's you by yourself in your shop, or whether that's you're trying to get along in your shop, or whatever that may be, maybe that's problems at home, whatever. That is what we're excited to share with these lives, and also this new business venture.
So I want to put you on the spot.
Why do you like to put me on the spot?
Because it's live and it's good.
Every time.
That's good. So, what is something that you are struggling with right now on a car? And how do you mentally align yourself to get through those things into the next?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, first of all, if you're doing a Tri-5, they're a pain in the royal ass.
The royal.
Royal ass.
Yes.
Everything on a Tri-5 does not fit ideally. Even if you have, original parts helps the situation. But if you're dealing with several aftermarket parts and things aren't fitting, it's extremely frustrating. I mean, you think about it, let's go back. This car was built by Jesse Halfacre in Washington, good friend of ours.
Sorry we threw your name out there, Jesse. I hope he doesn't squirrel on you.
This is true. But Jesse does incredibly good work, and I got to watch him and communicate with him prior to the car coming here about the struggles of getting the bumper to align exactly, because like the rear bumper on these cars, for those of you who don't know, it is a 3-piece bumper at the bottom section, and then you have a tail light that sits above that, and a gas door, and a top and weld them together. Well, fast forward, we wanted to get the car down here before he hit snow, and now here I am dealing with the exact same struggles that we were talking about over the phone and seeing it firsthand as to what he was dealing with. I relate because I could only imagine how frustrating this would be if I was in his shoes by myself and I didn't have a Mike or a Javi to sit there and vent on or beat my head against the wall or talk smack with to lighten that mood. But to compartmentalize how I'm moving through these issues, I would say you just kind of have to lock in on whatever the issue is and try to block out whatever else frustration, maybe it's time management that is getting in the way of what you got going on, and try to go back in time and think about what has changed on the car. So for me on the front right now, the front fenders have like a chrome eyebrow, and then the hood has a center chrome piece. Number one, they're a 1/2 inch off from one another. All the mounting points of the hood are all custom. It's not a center latching piece. We wanted to keep the finish to look nice and uniform, and Jesse did a killer job with modifying all those mounts and making all those changes. That's all great. But if you're not thinking about 10 steps ahead, even for myself, we're constantly trying to evolve our process. And so I'll have to think ahead and I'll have to think behind what has changed and what has caused these pain points, and just problem solve. Jump into it, just start doing it, good, bad, or indifferent, and was the outcome better or worse, and then pivot until you eventually figure out what that may be. That is literally all.
So we're going to take this a little deeper.
This is
Because
why
Travis only wants to teach you guys, and this isn't teaching. So I want you to tell me about the other day when you were just super frustrated.
that's every day.
Okay, so every day you get frustrated. So what do you do in your head to overcome that so you can carry on? I want to know those feelings and kind of what's going on there. Because it's very easy to get to those points of your project and say, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and then you get up the next day and you're like, I don't really want to get to that. And then it's, before you know it, it's years later, and that stupid thing that you could have probably come up with a solution. And most of the time you say, that wasn't even that bad, I should have knocked that out last week.
For me, it's, I think, just putting a label on it and having a target point and trying to work backwards from that target point. So like, I guess the analogy there would be, if you don't have a plan or you're not thinking about the target in mind, you could be shooting in the dark any one direction versus having a target and we're at least working towards the target. Are you going to hit the target every time? Absolutely not. But the goal is that you're closer to the target that you're pointing at versus shooting over here and completely not even doing anything with it. Is that the answer you're looking for?
Maybe not the answer I was looking for, but you always like to throw me off a little bit.
That's what I do.
So it's persistence.
Yeah.
It's stepping back and breaking things down and not letting them beat you. Because I think every time that happens, all those little things add up, and then you just get to a place that just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So you recently started a pretty gnarly workout routine. Mm-hmm. And I know that's not always an easy thing when you get up in the mornings.
I think you're hitting on a more, yeah.
So maybe talk a little bit about that. Now, we're not saying you guys need to go and work out and it's going to make your car better, but
it will.
But there's definitely some more challenges there that he's going through, and maybe that's more of a way for you to kind of break down
those thoughts.
That mental thing.
Yeah, it is not. It is not easy, especially when you're a foodie like me. I mean, anybody who's watched these videos long enough, you can tell that I'm no longer a round shape, or at least not as round, right?
Yeah.
But for the last 7, almost 8 months, I've just been binging on information overload for showing up, like down to what makes me tick, I guess would be the example. How much sleep do I get? How much frustration did I have through the day? Fine-tuning what do I do every day and having time blocks to make sure that I show up to do that thing that I'm going to commit to. So I signed with a trainer, that was number 1, to make sure that I show up, have an accountability partner besides my wife, which she and I have done stuff in the past that was great, and we've made progress with fitness. And then we get comfortable and we get married and we have kids, and next thing we know, people can't tell whether she had the kid or I had the kid. But you just have to come up with a plan and start, and then be consistent. We preach it with the car stuff, we preach it with everything. My motto is always, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you need to put your money where your mouth is, basically. So I signed with a trainer and I showed up. But to reiterate that, I guess, is I could have signed with a trainer and had several cheat days on meals every week, but it's understanding that you are going to fall off the horse. How long are you going to fall off the horse for, and what is your plan to get back on the horse and continue? Because that is, like anything, consistent. You have to just keep pushing and keep showing up. Some days are not great, some days you're not feeling it, and some days you are feeling it. I would say it's kind of like TIG welding. If you guys TIG weld, like some days you just can't weld for anything, and other days you might weld great. You just have to show up and keep doing it.
So what are some ways that could carry over for somebody that is doing restoration in their garage?
Having a plan, starting, but a lot of the problem as to why people don't start is because they don't have a plan. They don't know where they want to start. They don't dream. They don't vision on what does this particular car want to look like. Are we wanting to do a factory restoration? Are we wanting to do a resto mod? Are we wanting to do a chassis swap? Literally just kind of dreaming and jotting down ideas. It could start with as simple things as that, right?
Yeah.
Just putting those on paper. What do you want that thing to look like? You have to, in your mind, know what you want. And sure, things can pivot, things can change, but what does that look like in your head? And then work backwards from that.
Yeah. And then find somebody that you're friends with. And we don't all have people that are into the same thing. Like, I wasn't into this for a long time when Travis was doing it.
You weren't into it at all?
No, I don't think I am into it still. I like this part. But what I'm getting at with that is find somebody in a community, find somebody in your area at a car show somewhere that you can talk to about that plan. That'll be like, hey man, how's that going? Like, and you maybe you're running into a tough one and you're like, man, I didn't touch that car for the last 2 weeks. And he's like, whoa, why? You know, and then that's what we're talking about here. How do we get to through those stages that we want to accomplish, and what gets us there? So it's people. You have to be held accountable somehow, because it's very easy to fall off the horse if you're only accountable to yourself a lot of the time.
And not only that, doing one thing, that one thing could be putting it on paper. Maybe that second thing is that you just took the first step on tearing the car apart. It's just like fitness. Whatever we do in those milestones that we get to, you start seeing progress. Progress brings fulfillment, and you get the confidence to do the next thing and the next thing. I mean, I just think about like where I started painting cars as a kid in my dad's backyard, in the dirt, outside, in a windstorm. Like, they were all just...
Wasn't it a hurricane?
Yeah, California hurricanes. You just gain small, like I like the analogy, 1% better every day, and it's consistency until you get to where you want to be, and you're comfortable and confident in what you're doing. Make every one of them better and just keep moving forward with it.
Yeah. So I want to go through some of the comments here. Let me just kind of scroll up.
Water?
At 59, I just recently received help I needed to get focused and get rid of the squirrel effect. Hey, this guy's just like you.
Man.
Now I need help so I don't dwell on the past and the life I probably missed. And you just turned 40. I'm 47. And I think the older you get, the more you start dwelling on the time that you've wasted and all the things that you could have accomplished. So, FE, like, I hear you 100% on that, and that's a tough one. And we really we can't look back. Like, that's a bad thing to really dwell on. And we just we can only control the time we have right now, and we just have to start killing it right now.
I recall that strikes a memory when I
At like 34.
yeah, back when I can remember stuff. Frank at Eye Candy Paintworks in Phoenix, I had messaged him. So like thinking back to shops that I thought very highly of or idolized, right? And I would reach out. This is a prime example. If you guys are obviously watching this, there's something that we do that you guys enjoy, whatever, right? So we all have those people that we are looking up to as to where they are, and we want to get to where they are. You don't have to recreate the wheel. All you have to do is connect with those people and share information and make everybody better. But I had messaged Frank, and this is years before getting to meet him, about, hey man, I want to start a shop. Can you give me any advice? And he gave me quite the paragraph that was pretty awesome. I was stoked that he even responded. But the one thing that I gathered out of that was basically take the rear view mirror off, throw it in the garbage, and only look forward. Only focus on where you're going, not where you've been, and don't dwell on whatever that is. All you can do is pick up the pieces and move forward and make it better.
Yeah, and it's an easier thing to say than do. We all have those days where that stuff just kind of creeps in and you're like, man, I missed a lot of freaking opportunities. But for us, we, like he says, 1% better every day, and we do that, and it chips away at things, and you slowly build on that and momentum. So that's something, I mean, that should almost be our shop motto. Like,
well, yeah, and this thing is the problem.
Yeah.
In today's society, I mean,
well, they're watching on those things.
I know, but like, it is the problem because, I mean, we talk about time blocks. My wife and I are currently talking about having time blocks even with our kids. When we come in and we're being present, we need to put our phones away, because whether you think they're watching or not, they're watching. And they're only going to pick up those habits. and those habits are not the habits that I want them to have. So, thinking about the small things.
But you're definitely not alone in thinking like that. Like we all
think that way.
we all want to think as guys that, oh, I have no regrets. I've done everything right, and there's nothing that I think about that I could want to go back to. And
that's the first thing I say in our in-person classes. The only reason I know what I know is because you name it, I have screwed it up.
Oh man, I'm so sick of hearing him say that, but it is true.
It's true. I got some really dumb stories.
You do have some dumb stories, and we'll probably get into those in one of these lives.
I'm sure.
Howdy from Phoenix. Thanks for all the tutorial type of videos. Learned a lot, but also congrats and thanks for these new ones. I totally appreciate the idea and the effort to help guys like me. So that's
very welcome.
That's what we're doing it for. So if you ever want to share a story, send us an email. Travis@sylvesterscustoms.com.
I got one email, guys, from last week.
That's it.
One. Give me some stories. Give me something to fuel this fire.
Yeah, don't be scared. We won't use your name.
Travis@sylvesterscustoms.com and/or Mike@sylvesterscustoms.com. Give us stories.
So send them to me. I usually tend to put those together in some type of outline for these lives, so I kind of know what's going on. But if you just want to tell Travis a story, that's fine. Send it to his email. So, all right.
Nobody wants to talk to you anyway.
Where were we at? So you have anything else, really?
Well, updates as far as last week. We officially bought the business license for this new venture.
Yeah.
So we're making progress. Like, this is not something that's just being taken lightly. This is something that we're actively working on. I'm excited to announce that it is a 50-50 partnership in what we're doing. So, I mean, to be real, what you guys have seen and all the effort that he's put into it has been for free. So now he's actually got some skin in the game, and it should be even better.
Should be.
Should be. Should
we can
be.
keep you away from the squirrels.
Yeah.
So,
is there any other questions on there or comments that we should?
No, guys. Send if you have any more
There's
questions.
a whole bunch of stuff on there. What's all that?
It's just it's comments.
It's just comments.
Everyone takes things too serious. Have fun is what it's all about. A friend of mine calls it driving with your taillights. It's interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like it because you don't have to tear anything off the car. Hey, rearview mirrors are important. All right, so I guess we'll close this out. We appreciate you guys joining us. And Darren, we remember your name. We were just messing with you. So I hope you make it to the end of the video. Otherwise, you'll probably be pretty upset with us. And then we'll have to put out a video next week.
Yeah.
But Darren, we remember you, buddy. And you're awesome, and we had a good time with you as well. So I hope we gave you guys some stuff to think about. Send us those emails. You can also comment on this. This live will be up as something you can watch, and we'll be watching for those stories. So we really want to share those experiences with everybody. We really believe that's what ties us all together in the end.
You don't remember the car, you remember the people that built the car with you.
Yeah, so we look forward to hanging out again with you guys next week, Thursday.
Is it Thursdays continuing?
For now, we'll kind of see how they do. Unless you can do Saturday mornings.
We'll talk to the real boss.
He's got to talk to his boss. Even when you own your own show, you got
Still
bosses.
not the boss.
Yeah, you're not the boss. So, thanks again, guys. Appreciate you watching.
See you on the next one.
We'll see ya.
How long was that one?